DVD Era TV back at y'all with another one. Y'all know the slogan. Today we gonna talk about how Obie Trice was shot in his head. Now let's get into it.
Mixtapes and DVDs is my era.
Facts.
We did it better.
Yep.
Pelly leathers,
Facts.
ACG boots. We 80s babies
Woo.
and early 90s when it got grimy. I was out of this world, you could not find me unless you check the lobby. Hustling was my hobby. We was lobby boys
Yep.
before Jim Jones. You could catch me in Harlem eating Jimbos.
Now, Obie Trice is a rapper from Detroit, Michigan. After Bizarre D12 heard Obie's music and built a relationship with him, Bizarre would meet up with Eminem to play him Obie's music. Now, while playing Obie's music for M, Bizarre would strangely get a phone call from Obie, so Bizarre would invite Obie to meet Eminem in person, being that he was close by at the time. Obie Trice would eventually sign to Shady Records and go on the anger management tour along with Eminem, and after he created a buzz for himself, Obie Trice would drop his debut album for Cheers, September 23rd, 2003. The album would debut at number 5 and sold about 250,000 records his first week. His debut album, which featured artists like Eminem, Lloyd Banks, 50 Cent, and Nate Dogg, just to name a few, would eventually go gold. Now, with all the success that Obie was getting in the music industry, he was gearing up to drop his sophomore album for Second Rounds on Me, but before he could drop his singles for Snitch and Cry Now and work with artists such as Akon, Trey Songz, and Trick Trick, just to name a few, Obie Trice would find himself in some trouble that he might not made it out of. Now, according to Obie Trice, on December 31st, 2005, he went to Club Envy to meet up with comedian Mike Epps, but when he arrived at the club, Mike Epps was gone. Now, as he left the club, 6 shots was fired at Obie and struck him in the back of his head.
I'm talking to my daughter's mother. It was just a whistling sound, like 5 bullets just came through the vehicle, and the 5th one struck me in the back of the head.
Now, I'm going to get into an article from TMZ explaining the whole situation with Obie Trice being shot in his head. Now, this article dates back to December 31st, 2005. December 31st, Obie Trice was shot early Saturday while driving on the city highway, police said. Trice, a Detroit native and protege of Eminem, was on Large Freeway about 1:10 a.m. when his vehicle was shot at by someone in another car, said Michigan State Police Mario Gonzalez. Trice managed to continue driving and exit the freeway in the suburb of Southfield, where his girlfriend, who was also in the vehicle, flagged down police, Gonzalez said. The girlfriend wasn't wounded. He was taken to Providence Hospital where he was treated and released, said the hospital spokesman Brian Taylor. There were no suspects in the shooting, which was under investigation by the state police detectives, Gonzalez said. Trice has performed on Eminem records and with 50 Cent. His 2003 album Cheers was produced by Eminem, and he also had a small part in the feature 8 Mile. So basically, Obie Trice and his baby moms was on the highway after leaving the club, and a car pulled up behind him and fired 5 to 6 shots, striking him in his head. Now, when Obie was in the hospital being treated for his bullet wound in his head, the doctor decided to leave a bullet in his skull because he said it was dangerous to remove it. Now, Obie even states when he got out the hospital and he went to get his car back from the cops, he found some of the bullets that was fired at him inside his car still. Now, what it sounds like to me is that he found them bullets because the cops really ain't do no investigation. You get what I'm saying? Now, around this time, Obie Trice made a few diss records towards Ja Rule and Murder Inc. on behalf of Eminem and G-Unit. You know, the whole G-Unit and Murder Inc. beef was, really going down around this time. And Eminem got involved and, he jumped in it too on Eminem's side. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that Murder Inc. had any involvement at all with the shooting to Obie Trice, but sometimes when you dissing people and beefing, it brings you that negative energy. Now, Obie Trice mentioned him being shot in his head on a song called Cry Now off his second album. Now, one of the references he made involving the shooting on his song was him saying, X-rays say I was this close to heaven, so for future reference, I stay close to a weapon. Now, after Obie Trice was shot, he'll leave Shady Records in 2008 and put out 2 records that didn't do too well, for his 2012 release for Bottoms Up and for his 2015 release for The Hangover. Now, Obie Trice will have some legal issues recently. Supposedly, Obie shot his girlfriend's teenage son during an argument back in 2019, 2020, and he was sentenced to 90 days in jail. And in 2022, Obie was arrested and given a $10,000 bond for using a phone to harass and threaten someone. More than likely, he was calling his ex-girlfriend because you know she wasn't messing with him no more after he shot her son. It was over for that, so he probably was hitting that girl up, threatening her. Shout out to Obie Trice, though. But anyway, Obie Trice is alive and well, and he survived the shot to the head to be able to talk about it, so salute to him. But anyway, if you're a fan of these old hip-hop stories, tell a friend to tell a friend about my page. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. More exclusive content coming, and I'm out. 1.